New on Curiosity Stream. After man landed on the moon, what did all the rocket scientists do?
Hey, let's build a rocket that is simple in concept.
Pushing technology in ways that make today's rockets possible. It's Fly Rocket Fly. And one Mexican drug lord made himself a household name with cunning and savvy.
His business sense is worthy of a Harvard degree.
It's the origin of El Chapo and the CEO of Sinaloa. They're new this week on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are just $20. Visit curiositystream.com.
I'm Shayna.
And I'm Tracy, and we're the hosts of Band of Mothers podcasts. We're a little Wait, Don't Tell Me meets This American Life meets Thelma and Louise.
I can't wait to drive off a cliff with you.
You've been saying that since the 8th grade.
Each week, we feature real stories from moms just like you. Plus, we've got live performances, in-studio interviews, games, original music, and more.
So join our Band of Mothers and subscribe now on the Odyssey app or anywhere you listen to podcasts.
It's the Band of Mothers podcast.
Huge Thursday night game tonight in the NFL with the Packers and Cardinals, and another reminder of how bad football is around here. I mean, that's really what these games have turned into for me. It's twofold. One, I'm excited about them. So you'll have two games going on starting shortly after 8 o'clock with the Knicks and Bulls. Then you have the Packers and Cardinals, and we have a great sports night tonight that we could talk about tomorrow morning. But it also reminds me of how bad we have had it over the last number of years. And I know that Zach Wilson, we have no idea what the hell he's going to be, and he's going to have an opportunity. But if Daniel Jones has a season where things start to fall apart for him a little bit, then, I mean, the Giants are going to have to go out and make a trade for a quarterback, like one of those guys that you said might be available, like a Russell Wilson. They're going to have to try to do that. Because I was thinking about them starting over again, too. So there's two options for the Giants, in my opinion, because they also have a couple of first-round picks. Is Daniel Jones has a great rest of the season. What we saw from him against Carolina continues, and he is the guy who proves himself. And maybe it's a mini Josh Allen over again. Maybe not quite, but he gets close to that because that's the example people give. Or two, they push like hell for an available quarterback somewhere. Now, I know that Aaron Rodgers, that might be a tough one, but Russell Wilson and the Giants have been connected in the past several times in different seasons. And you have told me that that thing is still not settled out there. And if the Giants could somehow, I know it's within the conference, but the Giants could somehow not have to start over and go out and get that big of a name after all of this nonsense, I think they would have to do it because it's just been so bad for so long. But Daniel Jones still has a chance. I just can't imagine. Like, imagine them starting over at the end of this year again. Even if they kept Joe Judge as the coach, it's like they'll probably have a new GM, they'll probably have a new quarterback, and they're really going to go through another rebuild? Christ almighty. That can't happen. John Mara can't let that happen. Steve Tisch can't let that happen. Now, you got to, like, basically do whatever the hell it takes and forego some years in the future to go get a legitimate quarterback in here.
Well, you know, I do believe that they think that Daniel is their guy. And if I had to put a grade on Daniel's performance thus far this year, I would give him a B. Now, there are probably about 7 or 8 other guys that are getting A's and A pluses at the moment. Dak Prescott being one of them, Aaron Rodgers, Kyler Murray, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow. I can go on and on and on. There's more guys, Lamar Jackson, just off the top of my head, Matthew Stafford. There are guys.
You didn't say Kirk Cousins. I'm surprised.
Well, Kirk Cousins, even Kirk Cousins has played well this year, really well actually, and has a couple times saved that team's ass late in games, like he should be doing for the money he's being paid. But I do believe that they think that Daniel Jones is their guy because they've seen moments where he has been the reason why they've won games. And there are moments where they have seen why they've stayed in games because of the plays that he has made. Now, he had a horrendous game against the Rams, and we all know that. And you go back and look at it, and you can say whatever you want about his offensive line. You can say whatever you want about guys not being on the field with him. We're going to see a guy tonight that's not going to have 2 of his top receivers in Aaron Rodgers. We'll see how he deals with it against a pretty decent defense in Arizona. But I believe that they think that Daniel Jones is the guy. I really do.
Do you think, though, that if they didn't, they would be in a position because of what they have with picks, even though that the roster still needs some help, that they would try to swing a trade for someone like Russell Wilson who may be available in the offseason?
I think anything is possible, depending on how bad it gets or how good it gets. I mean, they could finish strong again. And, it could start Monday night in Kansas City. I know. It's like amazing. I was thinking about this the other day. We're just expecting that Kansas City is just going to blow them out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like they're going to get blown out.
Right.
I feel like they're going to lose, but I don't feel like they're going to get blown out.
But, with that Kansas City defense, and maybe they get some of their key players back, I don't know.
Well, some guys are trending in the right direction. Every guy is trending in the right direction. We'll find out on Thursday with the practice report today, rather, because that's going to be the most important thing. But, I mean, I think that young Joker, Kenny Golladay, and Sterling Shepard are all in the right direction.
That'd be great for him, and it'd be great for them. And then maybe they pull the upset, and then all of a sudden their season. I mean, this is really what it comes down to. If they could pull an upset on Monday night, their season completely turns around. And now all of a sudden we're in the second half of the season, and I know it's nuts, and we've been down this road.
Still
before.
3-5 though.
I understand that, but you're halfway through the season essentially. And you're not where you want to be, but you're trending in the right direction, and that would be 2 wins in a row. And depending on how your quarterback plays Monday night, now all of a sudden you're looking at things a little bit differently. I'm not sitting here saying that they're going to make the playoffs right now. It would take a win on Monday night to keep that alive. If they lose Monday night, I think the season then definitely, while they still have to play the season, and when you make these comments, you gotta clarify them. Their season in regards to making the playoffs is going to be over.
Yeah, of course.
So that's why this game is such a pivotal game, because of the corner that they've backed themselves into. And I will also say the Kansas City Chiefs backed themselves into a corner as well.
It's a worst-case scenario for the Giants of where the Chiefs came from, though, last week, getting their ass kicked. And everybody's talking about how they got their ass kicked. I mean, it's just like, why? And then on national TV, no less, in their building. I mean, you could not...
But then again, I know, but that's the obvious.
Yeah, I know it is, but that's the thing, and I don't think they'll get blown out. But I mean, for Christ's sakes, usually it was also the obvious that the Arizona Cardinals were going to beat the hell out of the Texans, and they did.
You know what? When this, where this team fell apart. I hate to say this, and
game against Washington.
No, this team. I kind of tie it back to what happened with Andy Reid's son.
Oh, you're talking. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking
about the Chiefs.
Giants.
I'm talking about the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I tie it back right before the Super Bowl. Andy Reid's son got into that alcohol accident and killed somebody.
Yeah,
a child for that matter. And for whatever reason, that team has not been right since. And it's such a significant blow in the life of a dad, a coach, a team, the family that had to deal with the loss. I mean. And, we don't really hear much about it anymore. But I don't know, man. This team has not been right since then. And, and I don't – it's a hard thing to talk about.
Well, I mean, they also paid a lot of guys on the offense, and that is an age-old
but they haven't been right. Gee, they have not been right. This whole thing has been
got a
off.
Bad defense and a bad offensive line. I don't care who you are. You're not going to overcome it.
Like the way Patrick Mahomes is playing, like undisciplined – that's not the kid that I know. I mean, that kid.
Yeah, he had a baby. Priorities changed.
He would create so many big plays in games, and now those big plays are turning against him as, he's fumbling, throwing tipped interceptions and things like that. He's still the same player, but now all of a sudden all those things are going against him.
Let's go to Jonathan in Somerset, New Jersey. Good morning, Jonathan.
Hey, good morning, boys. How are we doing today?
Good. What's up, man?
Good. Hey, getting back to your Russell Wilson to the Giants point, I think you're right on target with that, Gio. Giants have 2 first-round picks, theirs, which is going to be terrible. They have the Bears, which is probably going to be terrible. And they have Daniel Jones as a piece. I mean, he's an incredibly athletic quarterback who still is desirable to some teams. Ship them off to Seattle, get Russell Wilson in there. They might be in a rebuild situation. That seems like a match made in heaven. Me and my buddy were actually talking about that this weekend when talking about the Giants' future.
Yeah, find me another team that can give you that type of package. Where you have
it's a phenomenal package.
Well, the Philadelphia Eagles could.
Today.
They could give you Jalen Hurts and 2 picks.
And a bridge quarterback. Daniel Jones is not a bum. He's not a scrub. He's got insane athletic ability that somebody can, can tap and use.
No, I'll tell you one
I
thing.
think that's a phenomenal deal, and Russell Wilson's getting a little older. I know quarterbacks are playing, real old nowadays. He's still got them tread on the tires, but
no, he's good. He's still good. He's still very, very
also
good.
Remember, though, what a part of his game is his movement and all that other stuff. I just think that the Giants believe that Daniel Jones is their guy. I really do. And Jonathan's right. I mean, it would be exciting for the Giants if, in fact, their season collapses to do something that would ignite the fan base. There's no question about that. But I just think that they think he's the guy.
Yeah, well, it's still a little early for me to make that claim. I don't know how the Giants could feel that.
Well,
they got to feel that way right now, but I mean, you got to evaluate at the end of the year.
I know, G, but the reason that they feel that way is because they're around him all the time. They see his practice habits, they see his work habits, they understand who he is as a person, and he probably fits the mold of what exactly they want.
When do you think the Rams gave up on Jared Goff? Like, was it some point during last regular season? Like, when do you think that was?
I think it happened during the regular season, but it really happened in the playoff game at Green Bay. They knew
that's my point.
They couldn't win on the road with him. But now, Daniel Jones hasn't been in the playoffs yet.
No, I know, but I mean, it took them till the end of the year to finally say enough.
Well, and they had him for a number of years, and they basically got shut out in the Super Bowl by the Patriots. They couldn't move the ball at all, and I remember Sean McVay taking a lot of the heat for that, but still your players have to make plays. But I go back and I just think that when you watch the game between the Lions and the Rams this past weekend, you saw why they got rid of Jared Goff and they wanted Matthew Stafford. Jared Goff had the game on his fingertips and had missed a guy wide open that probably DeAndre Swift probably would have walked in the end zone had he just thrown it to him. There was nobody around him, and Jared threw it behind him and into the ground. And then he threw an interception after that.
It was terrible.
So, those they're like little individual plays. Like I was telling you about the point guard situation with the Knicks. All right, opening night was great. There's parties outside the Garden. Everybody's, the Mecca's back again. It's alive and all this other stuff. Well, if you really look at that game at the end of regulation, there were key turnovers by Kemba Walker that put that game into overtime. And he didn't shoot that well that night. And, this was a Boston team that's probably going to be a playoff team. And then the next two nights they play against Orlando, who is not a very good team. It's a rebuilding team, but they do have a young Cole Anthony who gave them fits when he came here and they upset the Knicks the other night. And then they played a Philadelphia team without a point guard. So tonight we'll see whether or not this point guard tandem of Kemba Walker and Derrick Rose will be able to do the job against Lonzo Ball, who's one of the top point guards in the league.
All right.
Have you cut the cord and are feeling bored with your streaming services? CuriosityStream can help. With thousands of documentary films and TV shows, let CuriosityStream put the science back in your screen time. Astound you with history come to life and wildlife that will reach out and grab you. We've got the fix for your nonfiction addiction. Watch us on any device, anywhere you are. Visit CuriosityStream.com to sign up and start streaming now.
Introducing Peacock, the new free streaming service from NBC Universal. It's hit movies, current shows, live sports, trending bits, and timeless hits. And that's why you can't not watch. Peacock. Watch for free. Upgrade for more. Stream now at peacocktv.com. Law & Order SVU streaming now.
It's the morning show with Boomer Esiason and Greg Giannotti. Boomer and Gio.
What's happening, Jerry?
Well, good morning. Powered by Superbook, now open with better odds and favorable prices. We're also brought to you by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Last hour, we started with the basketball. This hour, how about we start with the football? Why the hell not? We've got Thursday Night Football on the Fan tonight with the Cardinals hosting the Packers. We got a combined 13-1 tonight. Cardinals 7-0, the Packers 6-1. No Devontae Adams, no Adam Lazard. As we know, J.J. Watt, season-ending surgery on his shoulder, so he won't be there for Arizona as well. Want to get to this because this was interesting. Nick Sirianni, he's having an interesting time in Philadelphia. His team's not playing well, as we know. It hasn't gone so great for him. And so yesterday, he basically was trying to tell everybody, let's relax. We're good. Know what I'm doing. And there's a plan here.
The results aren't there right now. But what's going on here is that there's growth under the soil.
There is growth under the soil, and he is decorating the facility for inspiration.
I put a picture of a flower up, right?
Yeah, this is an NFL head coach. He says all part of the process.
It's coming through the ground, and the roots are growing out, and the roots are continuing to grow out.
Right. So it's like his players are the roots, and the roots are growing, and then he brings it back to football, if you will.
Nobody wants to see results more than us, right? We want to see results too, but it's really important that the foundation is being built and that the roots are growing out.
Yeah. So how does it work exactly, Coach?
The only way the roots grow out every single day and they grow stronger and they grow better is if that we all water, we all fertilize.
Jesus Christ!
Speaking of fertilize,
I mean,
I really don't know how to respond.
Well,
to this.
he's not done. He's not done. The end
He's
result.
not done.
No, one more.
We do our part to water to make sure that when it does pop out, it really pops out and it grows.
That's an NFL head coach. Sam Weiss, you ever talk about fertilizing and watering?
Sam was different. He was a different cat too. But in this day and age, that's how he's trying to explain it.
Yeah.
How's that going over in the locker room?
Oh boy.
Yeah. How's that going over in Philadelphia with
How's
the
it going
Eagles
over
fans?
with the Philadelphia fans?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
remember when his opening press conference, he sounded like such a dummy, and we gave him the benefit of the doubt because we were like, hey, it's a first-time head coach. I mean, give him a break.
And look
for
how
crying
well
out
they
loud.
played in Atlanta week
I
one.
have to tell you, he's not a dummy. I know who the guy is. I know what kind of coach he is. Believe me, guys, he's not a dummy.
Then
He's
why
just
does he
not.
sound
He's just,
like one?
He's just not a great communicator behind that microphone. It's cringeworthy.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you.
Okay, all right.
Can I ask you something? So at some point, the Eagles are going to play the Giants. We'll have him talk about fertilizing the soil and Joe Judge talk about the ship be sinking.
Yeah, right. Submarine.
Submarines.
God. This is
so stupid.
This is the NFC East, man.
What happened to the NFC East, man? Buddy Ryan, Bill Parcells, Tom Coughlin, Tom Landry.
It's not quite the same, is it?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
By the way, so when you take the Giants who have to play the Eagles twice, right?
They do.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, you gotta think that those are wins, right? After listening to this, they got a mess down there. Like Fletcher Cox went off on their defense.
Yeah, on the
on the coaches.
coordinator.
On the coaches.
Yeah.
They have. I would say they've got issues down there right now.
So that's a good thing for the Giants.
Never know. Never know.
You never know is right. So the Giants. The problem with the Giants is that they, after Kansas City, which is, I still think they can go and win there. They got Las Vegas and then Tampa.
Now, we picked the Giants to win the division before the season started.
Yes.
And obviously, we have crushed them after that. If they miraculously come back and make the playoffs, can we take credit for it?
I'm looking at, I don't know. They got the Chargers still. They got the Cowboys
Bucks,
still.
right?
Yeah, but, their last three games are going to be against teams, Philadelphia, Chicago, and Washington. I mean, those are three games you got to believe they can win.
They can. Are they winning all three? Who knows? Because I'm sure those three teams are saying, we got the Giants on the schedule.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know. Same thing. I'm like, if they can win in Kansas City and get to 3-5, what's it going to take? I don't know.
8-7. That's what you think it's got to take to get a wild card. I would say
9-8.
I mean 9-8, not 8-7. Yeah, 9-8. That's what you got to say. 9-8.
And you got to. It's not that you're hoping for injury or anything. You got to hope that some of these teams are going to be somewhat hamstrung the way the Tennessee Titans were when they came in to play the Jets,
and the way they are.
Yeah.
They just lost
some of their
Peppers
guys
for the year.
Maybe they can get a couple of their guys healthy. Who knows?
Speaking of that game, Xavier McKinney was asked yesterday if he was a fan of Patrick. Even though he's playing him, you see what type of player he is. Are you a fan of him?
Nah, that's not me. I go out there and he puts on his pants, just how I put on my pants, and we're on the opposite teams. We're competing against each other.
And that's it. So he's going after him on Monday night. Makes sense. And I heard you guys talking about Tua Tagovailoa in Miami from Alabama and by whatever. Talking about the Deshaun Watson rumors. He was asked if he still feels wanted by Miami.
I don't not feel wanted. That's what I could say. I don't base my emotions off of who says anything about me or who's saying what.
Although you do have to wonder with all these rumors around and if they have this.
I mean,
they've had conversations.
Pretty mature answer,
yes,
I think, from Tua.
I would agree.
And he's played better. He's just still making a couple of those key errors late in games. That's all.
Now, Sunday, the Jets take on the Bengals. Mike White will be the starting quarterback. The Mike White. Yes, Joe Flacco won't be here until Friday. Robert Saleh.
But he is participating in all meetings virtually. Why is he taking personal reasons?
And that was that on Flacco. For the most part, I didn't get through all of his 12 minutes, but I got through a bunch of it. Giants, Chiefs Monday, and then the other would be something you guys were discussing as well, and this was these owner meetings that's going on here in New York City, and Washington, the football team, and the Snyders and all that, blah, 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 blah. Here was Mark Davis. He was asked point blank.
Did you guys see him, by the way? I'm sorry, Jerry. Did you see him answer these questions?
Yes.
I did not see him.
He looked like a child going to third grade with his haircut, what he was wearing, and a backpack on.
Well, but that's why we make the joke. He looks like Dumb and Dumber, Jim Carrey and Dumb and Dumber.
This was even worse. Try to find it when you can in the break, just to have a laugh. He looks like one of Sabrina's students that she goes to preschool with, just older and weirder.
White satin Raiders starter jacket and a backpack.
Oh, yeah, that's what his dad wore.
But the backpack
he always had
and
the
hair.
White. Yeah, well.
It's
Al Davis had some unique hair too. I mean, it's just kind of like a following in his dad's footsteps.
But Al Davis was respected, and he was a guy that you didn't mess with. Mark Davis just looks like a kid.
Yeah, well,
it's amazing.
All right, so do you have a quote?
Well, he was asked if he would like to see a written report of the investigation into Washington. Here was his answer.
Probably, yeah. I think that there should be. Yeah.
Did you like your
especially with some of the things that were, charged? Yeah, I believe so. I think people believe that.
You can't really hear the end of it, but I don't know why every owner, unless they have things that they're hiding as well. Right.
Well, the thing is that I would think other owners look at him not as a billionaire.
Laugh their asses
off. They look at him as the guy that controls the franchise. But he's not the guy that had the money or made the money and bought the franchise. He inherited the franchise and inherited his dad's role in the franchise.
You can say that about a lot of guys, though, no?
Yeah. Well,
John Mara did.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, they've been around a long time.
Sure.
And John Mara is a much more influential owner within the league itself, due in large part to what his father did. But I know I can see like the Bob Krafts of the world and the Jerry Joneses of the world looking at this guy going, this guy does not speak for us. You know what I'm saying?
Especially when you look at him.
That is true.
I don't know. It's a tough deal, and he's a unique character, and they're in Vegas of all places. Which makes it even that much more unique.
I'm being serious when I ask this question. When people look at Bob Kraft now, do you think they immediately go to the image of him on the massage table?
I don't, and usually I do with guys like that. If there's like one thing and I haven't heard their name in a while.
Do you think then completely beyond it, not even a thought? Not completely.
It's in the back of your mind. Like if there's any sort of like that type of massage parlor joke that's out there, like Bob Kraft's name gets attached to it. But no, when I see him, that's not the only thing I'm thinking of. If I would have seen the video that was out there, because apparently that video was actually out there and almost got released, then I never would have been able to think about anything else.
That makes sense.
Because I probably would have watched it. But there's just I'm still looking at him seeing Bob Kraft. It's still Bob Kraft, not just the guy on the table.
Heat beat the Nets 106-93. They had a monster rebounding advantage. Bam Adebayo had 9 rebounds to go along with 24 points. Jimmy Butler 14 boards and 17 points. P.J. Tucker doing what he did last year when he was with the Bucks as he was beating the Nets. So afterwards, Kevin Durant asked about it.
Kevin, just seems like PJ and you seem to have a lot of those battles going back and forth. I know you guys are good friends, but is there ever kind of like a moment on the floor where you guys, I don't know, just get tired of seeing each other like that?
Absolutely not.
Now, he's the one, wasn't he the one that was fighting with Durant's mom?
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were like play fighting, and then when they were done, they said "I love you" back to each other.
She was sitting courtside yelling at him, and he was yelling back. And right, exactly. And then he was asked, like, "What's wrong with this team?
What's really missing from you guys?"
I know what you want me to say. Yeah, we do miss Kyrie. We do. He's a part of our team.
Yeah, well,
not really. Was that Dracula who asked that
question? What's really missing?
What is really missing?
Like Siri asking that question.
Is it Kyrie Irving?
What's really missing from you guys?
From you guys. I want to drink your blood.
I don't think that was Siri. I do think that was an actual person. But I could be wrong. I don't know. James Harden struggled with his shot again. So why is he so rusty at the start of the year?
I had no opportunities to play pickup or nothing this summer. You know what I mean? Everything was a rehab for 3 months.
So he's a little bit behind schedule, I guess you could say. Also, the fouls is an issue, too, the way they're calling these games. Definitely different, and he's going to have to adjust to it for sure.
That's a huge story.
It is a big
in the
story.
NBA.
I'll tell you another thing, too. Watching a lot of this game last night, they also let a lot go, which I don't mind. It was a good physical brand of basketball. I actually like the fact that they're not blowing the whistle every 2 seconds. But, my God, there was a lot of contact last night.
Steve Nash said that the NBA officials are no longer calling fouls that you would get in a fight about at the playground, meaning like ticky-tack stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought that was an interesting way of explaining it. And I so far, I love it. And it's the fewest amount of free throws that have been shot in like the last 15 years of the NBA. So that
much better
not
brand of
anymore.
basketball. I agree.
Yes,
I totally agree. Nets Pacers tomorrow night. Tonight you've got big game with the Knicks and the Bulls in Chicago. Chicago 4-0 on the season. And we mentioned the all the underdogs that won last night. The Cavs, the Kings, the T-Wolves, and the Thunder beat the Lakers last night as well. All right, to the Baseball World Series Game 2, and it goes to the Astros.
Drew Smiley on the mound now. Veteran lefty. His first appearance of this World Series. Driven to left field. Hooking down the line. She's gone. She's gone.
Very excited. Astros radio, and rightly so. Jose Altuve capped the night with a home run. 7-2 the final score. Michael Brantley with an RBI single. Martin Maldonado with a 2-run single as well. And so the series is even at 1 game apiece. There will be Game 3 in Atlanta tomorrow night. And then I'll leave you with this, as they say. This is an old throwback to the Tracy Burgess days, if you will.
All right.
I'll leave you with this. A resident of, and this is not sports, a resident of a high-rise condominium in Thailand cut the support rope for 2 painters. She was angry that she wasn't told they'd be doing work, and she left them hanging above the 26th floor until a couple rescued them.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought
they got rescued.
They fell to their death.
No, I would not. No. Would I leave you with that, honestly? I would not. She is facing, as you can imagine, attempted murder and property destruction charges.
Jeez.
How could you be that angry that you would go cut the rope on these guys?
I know people that would be that angry. Don't you?
Not to do that. Angry, yes. To go cut the rope? Now, we've seen out the window here, and it freaks you out because you don't know. It's like, whoa, where'd that guy come from? But to be that upset about it, that seems like a bit much to me.
I don't know. You've been angry a few times.
A few times. I've been here for. I've also been here for 24 years.
Yeah, I know, but
you can count them on one hand. Fraud is certainly front and center.
Yes, that's true. I mean, you guys are fighting over sports.
Oh, sometimes.
Fraud and cash, give me cash. That was the other one.
Yes, the other thing.
But I wasn't angry about that. I was more. It was
Gloating.
insulting.
Right,
no, it was insulting.
Then there was the Russell Westbrook. He's the MVP.
But that's not angry. I just thought he was the MVP.
You were angry.
And that was cash. That was the same day.
That was the whole thing.
That was the whole ring.
I don't know what was going on. You just got all worked up in a knot that day.
No, well, because I was being treated like a child.
No, a seal you were being treated like.
No, that was my analogy. Because Craig was dangling like $5 if I would, do a treat, or do something for him. Like, get the hell out of here.
There you go.
Give me the money. Over here. Money. Cash. Money. Craig, what do you want? Craig. Craig. Give me cash. Money. I love Russell Westbrook. He's the MVP. You're the great Cartini. Now look at me. Cash. Give me cash. Wow. That went on longer than I thought.
That's a guy that would cut the ropes of somebody.
I would not cut the rope.
In that state, you would have cut the rope.
Yeah, I would not have cut the rope. Stop it now.
Yeah.
You had an out-of-body experience that morning.
I had enough.
If you and I were arguing about MLB attendance and he was hanging outside your window painting your house,
you would have cut the rope.
With the fraud thing,
yes.
you would have cut the rope.
I might have. We almost had a moment this morning, but I let it go and I
took
a deep breath, and no, I kept in control.
He did. He kept in control. He was teetering. I thought he was gonna.
Did you ask him a question about something, or
No,
did
I was
he ask
being
you a question about something?
No, I was being super annoying about the Mets situation.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
And
And I
that
was
was
not.
upsetting
I
you.
wasn't ready for. We didn't realize that was the direction we were going.
I love when you get mad, Jerry. It's actually it's refreshing to a certain extent.
I'd like to hear that moment where Jerry sort of decided not to blow up on Al this morning.
Well, the whole 15 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was?
Oh yeah, it was constant, like
okay, holding
constantly
back,
blowing on the pot, making sure it didn't boil over.
Were you
he was
deliberate?
Just going on and on and on about it.
Were you trying to get him going out?
No.
We just
Oh, okay.
completely disagree on a subject, and I'm never changing his mind, and he's not changing my mind. So
And
it's like, at
as
what
it
point-
turns out, we know it's really because Al's cheesed off that he's got to be involved with the birthday plans.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
exactly.
yeah,
He's
right.
going to be at the Met.
He's got to go to the Met.
The Guggenheim
Of
in
all
MoMA.
places. Oh, my God.
Gina goes, "We'll just take the subway." I go, "I'm not getting on it."
But she knows you well, huh?
That's tremendous.
Have you cut the cord and are feeling bored with your streaming services? CuriosityStream can help. With thousands of documentary films and TV shows, let CuriosityStream put the science back in your screen time. Astound you with history come to life and wildlife that will reach out and grab you. We've got the fix for your nonfiction addiction. Watch us on any device, anywhere you are. Visit CuriosityStream.com to sign up and start streaming now.
Peacock is streaming your favorite shows, movies, live sports, breaking news, exclusive originals, and every live WWE pay-per-view. It's The Office, Chris Lee Knows Best, and Peacock original shows like Punky Brewster. Peacock, watch for free, upgrade for more. Stream now at PeacockTV.com.
It's the morning show with Boomer Esiason and Greg Giannotti. Boomer and Gio.
You're kind of too sexy for your shirt today, man. You've really branched out fashion-wise over the last week or so.
You think so?
Yeah. You know, a couple of different Garmani shirts and stuff. That other day you had that one that had the red sort of thing on it. The
Tie-dye
blotchy thing.
tie-dye thing.
Whatever that was.
Yeah.
You got this one today.
Right.
You're sort of like slowly morphing into Don Cherry fashion.
You think so?
You know, like soon you're going to be wearing big-time gold jackets and all sorts of weird stuff.
I mean, what's wrong with this shirt?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying you're branching out. It's just a little. You had been much more conservative. Am I wrong on this? Does anybody agree that like he's been much more conservative in the past, and some of these shirts are starting to really, you know, they're loud.
Well, he's doing more of the button-down situation. So he used to do like the quarter zip a little more often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweater.
Yeah, he's
stuff like
definitely
that.
going for a more fashionable
Yeah, he's
look.
stepped up the fashion game for sure.
All right. Well, I didn't realize you guys are paying attention.
Well, how could we not? We see every day.
Yeah, I
You
know
put on
that, but I
loud
never
shirts.
like you've never ever. This is not a loud shirt.
Oh yeah, it is.
You think it's a loud shirt? It's like a camo shirt.
It's allowed but in a quiet way. If that makes any sense.
What happened was when we went down to that dinner, Boomer went to Garmani, bought a whole
Yeah.
bunch of shirts, and now we're starting to see them.
That's exactly what happened. Yeah, yeah, right. boss.
All right.
I mean, I thought the same exact thing because you were down there. What was it, last Wednesday?
Sometimes you just got to freshen up a little bit.
No, I understand. There's nothing wrong with it, and they all look great. But you're definitely taking a step out of the comfort zone. There's no two ways about that.
All right, just so you know, I'm very comfortable today. It's
Okay,
not.
good.
I'm not out of any comfort zone or anything.
Okay, good. And did you put that one on especially for the Chernoff lunch today, or is this you got a different outfit for that?
I don't know if I have to wear a suit and tie or not.
You know what
do
you
think?
should have.
No, you could walk in there in a barrel. I'm Boomer Esiason. Who cares?
Oh yeah, okay.
Right.
Just
Yeah,
throw it-
overalls with nothing underneath.
Okay.
You know what you could do?
What?
You should wear what Mark used to wear. Do you have a pair of khakis and a purple sweater?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact.
Oh my God, that's
You
what you
guys
got to
show
wear.
up in his uniform.
Yes. Wear a pair of khakis and a
Right.
purple sweater. Is it a purple polo sweater?
I got
Khakis and a checkered shirt, that's Mark Chernoff.
If you have, yeah, you also have a checkered button down. That'll work too.
What do you mean, like a gingham shirt?
I'm not sure what that...
Like something from the 1975 Sears fall catalog. All right.
But like one of those pattern checkered button-downs, either that or some sort of pastel-colored V-neck sweater.
I bet you he's wearing a coat and tie today.
He should, yeah, but I don't know. I bet you he goes like yellow sweater, khakis probably still.
All right,
what he does, brown shoes.
Since I'll be the only one there, I'll let you guys know. I'll take a picture with him.
There's got to be at least a seat left for Eddie. Oh, Eddie's got the doctors. You can't move that around? You can't move a doctor's appointment around?
I cannot, and I also have another thing. Also,
got another thing? When are you so busy?
These things are showing up now all of a sudden.
Yeah, so busy all of a sudden. Man, I tell you. All right, let's go to Dan, who's up in Saratoga, who joins us. What's going on, Dan?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey.
Boomer, I got to tell you, last night I was at a trivia place and your name came up. The question was, what left-handed quarterback has the most yards passing in the NFL?
That'd be me.
You're right.
Yeah.
But guess what? Guess who most of the people answered?
I would say Steve Young or Mike Vick.
You got it, Steve Young.
All right, there you go.
Well, screw them, Dan.
Yeah, screw them, Dan.
Gio, I got to ask you.
Yeah.
If you know anybody at the Jet Press area, can you please tell them to tell Woody Johnson that the right answer when he gets behind a mic might be, yes, I'm frustrated up to this point, but we're in our infancy, but I expect it to get better. I want it to get better, and I am going to have people answer if it doesn't get better. Is that too much to tell the fans?
Yeah, I know. He speaks more definitively than that. He says stuff like they're deep thinkers, and I know that they're going to be better. I mean, you just want to see some frustration. That stuff does matter to fans. I mean, it's crazy. You would think that it wouldn't, what Woody Johnson would have to say. Like, you would think that no matter what he said the other day, it would just go into the ethos and you would never care about it. But when a guy says, I know, and they're deep thinkers, and you heard Christopher Johnson say that Adam Gase is coaching where football is going, and all of these things, it's like you never forget them. I mean, we never forgot fluid to the top with Brody Van Wagenen. We never forgot I'm going to love the players more than we're ever going to love them again. We never forgot the Ben McAdoo suit. It's like these things that these guys do, they matter to the fan base, and sometimes the way that you approach a press conference and the things that you say, it could haunt you potentially forever. Like, do you think that Nick Sirianni thing? I think Spike, actually, our program director, tweeted this out. He was like, I guess it must be like a right of Philadelphia sports personalities that you have to say something really, really stupid that sticks with you for the rest of the time. The same stuff here happens in New York.
Yeah, well, I would just say that the Johnsons are not used to talking into microphones in that regard, and sometimes they come off as awkward, to say the least. And other times, the previous caller said, you got to tell them what to say and how to say it. But, that's who they are, though. That's who these people are. I mean, Nick Sirianni, I'm telling you, is a good football coach. He's just a horrific public communicator.
Yeah, think about, too, the Adam Gase eye press conference, too. Think about that. Adam Gase eyes, Brody Van Wagenen flew to the top championship every year, Mickey Callaway, love the players, and Ben McAdoo suit. It's insanity. Absolute insanity.
Well, the moment that you come up with a song, parody, of a particular situation, that situation basically is never going to win.
All the fans think he's surprised he's got Adam Gase's eyes. Adam Gase's eyes, they're watching you. They see your every move. That's human. You can't hide from Adam Gase's eyes.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Once you get a parody song of you, forget it. You're done.
Yeah, you're done. You're done. All right.
New on Curiosity Stream. After man landed on the moon, what did all the rocket scientists do?
Hey, let's build a rocket that is simple in concept.
Pushing technology in ways that make today's rockets possible. It's Fly, Rocket, Fly. And one Mexican drug lord made himself a household name with cunning and savvy.
His business sense is worthy of a Harvard degree.
It's the origin of El Chapo and the CEO of Sinaloa. They're new this week on CuriosityStream. Annual plans are just $20. Visit CuriosityStream.com.
Introducing Peacock, the new free streaming service from NBC Universal. It's hit movies, current shows, live sports, trending bits, and timeless hits. And that's why you can't not watch. Peacock. Watch for free. Upgrade for more. Stream now at peacocktv.com. Law & Order SVU streaming now.
It's the morning show with Boomer Esiason and Greg Giannotti. Boomer and Gio.
Have you cut the cord and are feeling bored with your streaming services? CuriosityStream can help. With thousands of documentary films and TV shows, let CuriosityStream put the science back in your screen time. Astound you with history come to life and wildlife that will reach out and grab you. We've got the fix for your nonfiction addiction. Watch us on any device, anywhere you are. Visit CuriosityStream.com to sign up and start streaming now.
Are you looking for a truly special gift? At Boll & Branch, we don't just make products. We make experiences your loved ones deserve. I'm Scott Tannen, and my wife Missy and I founded our company to bring care to you and your family. We make the most comfortable sheets in the very best way. We do this by holding our supply chain to the highest standard. At Boll & Branch, we source pure organic cotton to make soft, toxin-free sheets. The workers who make our sheets are paid fairly and have come to feel like family. And we don't just make sheets. We make pillows, bath towels, robes, and so much more. Each gift is truly special and makes a difference your loved ones will feel. Even better, they come tied with a bow in our special holiday packaging. Our best deals of the year are going on now. Visit bollandbranch.com for free shipping and returns.
Experience a new standard of comfort at bollandbranch.com. That's BOLL and branch.com. Promo code DREAMS.